A consumer alert tonight. If you've recently had a hard time replacing a tire, there's a nationwide tire shortage affecting tire stores and auto dealerships nationwide, and that includes in Jacksonville.
How long for some people is the wait to get these tires if you put in an order?
I've seen them actually have to wait up to a month.
Tire experts say there are still ways you can help keep your car safe on the road. News 4 Jax reporter Eric Gavigne is joining us live to explain. But first, Eric, what's causing the tire shortage?
Yes, the tire experts I spoke with say the COVID pandemic not only slowed down the production of tires, but also the transport of tires into the country. And on top of that, there is a natural rubber shortage in Asia, which supplies a heaping amount of rubber to companies that produce tires.
Every commodity on God's green earth is on back order right now and hard to get.
And that includes tires. Stores, repair shops, and dealerships are having a difficult time getting their hands on them too. Aaron's auto repair shop owner, Aaron Nelson, says this Jeep Cherokee needs new performance tires, and so far, the wait to get them has been
2 to 3 months.
Tubal's Goodyear store manager, Matt Jones, says there is a type of tire that is readily available, but consumers should be cautious.
The market is completely flooded with Chinese tires, so the consumer has to be very careful in what they're shopping for.
That's because tire experts say some Chinese tire brands are made with less technology and poor rubber compounds, which can restrict how fast, how far, and how long you can drive on them. According to mechanicbase.com, Good Ride, AKS tires, Telluride, and Compass tires are considered cheap Chinese tires, so safety, durability, and braking distance should be considered when buying them. This is why experts are urging people to do their homework if they're left with no other choice but to buy a Chinese tire brand.
They may be so cheap that they'll last 10,000 miles and they're shot.
It's going to safely put you on the road to the very minimum specifications required by the Department of Transportation.
In other words, something is better than nothing as long as you know the tire limitations. But even though Chinese tires have flooded the market, Jones says he's noticing the supply is starting to run low. He says if you can't find a Chinese tire that suits your needs or simply refuse to go that route, be even more careful about buying used tires.
Used tires are somebody else's problem. They came off of a vehicle for a reason.
Jones also has a warning for people purposely wearing down their tires while doing donuts in the streets.
With supply issues, they're just asking for the car to be parked for a while when it comes time to getting the tires.
Now, while looking into this problem, I discovered another issue, and that is people who own those high-end, expensive European cars are more likely to run into this problem because some of those cars, or many of those cars, especially the newer ones, they have a specific tire size that is very, very, very specific to the make and model of a specific car. So, again, if you own one of those high-end cars, those high-end European cars, you're definitely going to run into this problem. Reporting live, Eric Gavigne, Channel 4, the local station.
Eric, what if someone has no choice but to go with a used tire?
That is a very good question, and the experts that I spoke with said that if you chose to do that, you better make sure the dates on that tire that show when that tire was manufactured, you better make sure that those dates are not too far off, because he says that they say that here in Florida, after about 3 or 4 years, the tire pretty much becomes dried out, and when that happens, you're setting yourself up to be driving in a very dangerous situation on the roadway.
All right. Eric Gavigne reporting live for us tonight.